happy hockey day in Minnesota. The fun festivities are up at White Bear Lake, but we're going to be live from the Eagan Civic Arena. The Farmington Tigers and the Eagan Wildcats South Suburban Conference action. Pleased to be joined by Todd Schneiderhan today. I'm Mike Cook as always. And Todd, we've got an Eagan Wildcats squad that started to play a little bit better, had played good for about 45 minutes the other night at Park, but still came up short.
Yeah, you know, they've shown a lot in the last few games. The big win, of course, against Eastview, and they played some good, strong periods, but, you know, sometimes the wheels come off a little bit. You just got to regroup and play strong the next time out, and that's today.
Yeah, it was a game the Wildcats ended up losing up 7-4, a game where it was tied until, I think, with 4 minutes to go in the second, and then Park Cottage Grove ripped off 4 straight quickly, put the Cats down by too much of a margin to overcome. Farmington Tigers, they come into this one. They are struggling worse than the Wildcats. Tigers have lost 8 straight, scoring just 1 goal in 5 of those 8 losses. So should be a couple of pretty evenly matched hockey teams here on Hockey Day in Minnesota, Eagan style. And the Wildcats wearing the gray sweaters today. This is O'Leary. That shot hit traffic. Of course, Farmington in the traditional orange with the white. Tigers beat the Wildcats 3-2 back on December 13th down at Schmitz-Mackey Arena. That was a game that was a penalty fest. 8 penalties on the Wildcats in that one, 7 on the Tigers as we've got our first whistle of the hockey game. Little extracurricular activities there in front of Jack McGregor. And that game at Farmington, Tigers were up 3-rip after 2. Cam Roth, Goyle got one for the Wildcats, and that became a nail-biter at the end.
It was real close. The Wildcats proved they can come back, but I do think today might be a close game like that was in the end. So it might be one of those 3-2 type games today.
Jack McGregor, he's been splitting a lot of time this year for Farmington. Mitch Getting, number 30, been playing a lot for the Tigers as well. And got a fresh look between, almost a fresh look between the pipes for the Wildcats. We'll talk about that next time Farmington gets some pressure in the Wildcat zone. But right now this is going to be Jensen to regroup for the Eagan Wildcats. Peyton, the 6-foot junior, sends it down deep. Eddie Moore out there, 14. We're going to call that name a lot today. Eddie Moore, one of the guys that does nothing but hustle on this Eagan Wildcat squad.
Just a hard-working player all the time, 100%.
He's out there with Gus Gley, 27, one of the captains. 19 is Danny Lockenmeyer for the Wildcats. And Farmington looks to get something going. They're just going to get deep into the Wildcat zone. Scott Mako gets a fresh 5 out for his Farmington Tigers as we're a minute and a half gone by in this one. All the way down. No, they're going to wave off the icing on that. I think everybody seemed to think there was going to be one except the men in the stripes. And that's what matters the most. Cody Shoyat, number 13 for Farmington, looking to get it out. That was knocked away by Nichols for the Wildcats. Shoyat trying to come up and get the puck that time, unable to do so. Todd, we'll see if the Wildcats can do a better job of getting this puck out of their own zone today, because that's really been a struggle lately for this team.
It really has. A lot of blind passes. You see some that go for icing. Going tape to tape, making quick decisions, quick passes. They did that a lot. I refer back to the Eastview game. They were able to move it well up ice.
In deep is Shoyat for Farmington. He's on there with number 18, Charlie Peer. Puck comes out. Wildcats control. 3-on-2 potential here. Down that far side, they're going to leave it. Couldn't quite connect that time with Gavin Goyle. And that one unable to light the lamp. As the Cats, are they able to keep it in the Farmington zone? They can, as Christian Nichols pokes that one in, coming in from his blue line position. Tigers, sorry, go ahead.
Well, good pressure so far by the Wildcats, keeping it out of their own zone thus far. We'll see if, I'd kind of like to see Jack take a shot soon, but that's fine. Keep it at 0.
You say Jack, that's Jack Schneiderhan making his second career start between the pipes for the Eagan Wildcats. He got that win down at Eastview, what was that, 8 days ago, I believe now, and was it 28 saves, something like that in that game?
Officially 28 saves, but it was 16-5 shots on goal after the first period. I asked Jack, what was the feel like in the locker room being outshot 16-5, but they were up 2-1. And he said they were feeling great. And you know what? They stayed even with shots the rest of the way, the final 2 periods. And every time Eastview matched them, they got one right back.
First power play of the game is going to go to the Eagan Wildcats, as Farmington's Jason Morozla is going to sit. I believe it was a high stick on the call. So the Wildcat power play that's clicking at a 14.5%. Farmington's PK, they leave a lot to be desired, just 62.5% on the PK for the Farmington Tigers. Whistling through, that's going to be Murray in deep for the Wildcats. Look to center, tried to get it back to Clark, cleared out, however, by Farmington. I believe that was Jacob Miller that was able to get his stick on that for the Tigers. Check that. Schwam, number 2, not 8. My apologies there. This will be Egan's number 2, Keaton Norrie. Keaton loves to come down that left side, get deep in the zone. Cats have done a pretty good job of being able to come over and cover that back post or the back point when he goes in like that.
Yep. Kept control of the puck there. I like the fact that he turned it around. Now they're setting things up.
There's Lance Murray. That one goes deflected through traffic. Might have been Rolio for Farmington, number 20 that got in there, but halfway through this power play for the Wildcats, yet to get an official shot on goal. We remain scoreless about 4 minutes into this one, early going. South Suburban Conference tilt. Norrie going to try it from that right side, sends it down low. Cats looking to get something in front. A.J. Clark is battling in front, trying to get it to 22 in gray. This is O'Leary with the puck. Now he's going to send it back up top. Here's Murray. And that's just going to go wide. I think he was looking for the tip there, but nothing happening for the Wildcats. O'Leary, quick shot. And that one goes wide of McGregor. 26 in the man advantage. Back up top, Nichols. He'll send it near side. Murray, again, tried to get it in front. Nice job by Farmington, though, to get in the way. And it's punched out that time by Everett Bennett, number 7 in orange. Cats need to hurry if they're going to get a shot off before we go back to 5-on-5. In deep, that's going to be Gus Gly. As he battles hard in the corner. We are now back at full strength. As Farmington successfully kills that off. Does not allow a shot on goal for the Wildcats. A.J. Clark hustling over to the Eagan bench for a change as Farmington brings it out of the zone. All the way down just past Schneiderhan. Brandon Risch, number 28 in orange. And we've got a whistle because we've got a trip upcoming on. And it looks like Jensen is pleading his case. He heads to the penalty box. Time of this one, 5:09. As we said, Todd, 15 penalties between these teams down at Farmington here about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Game that had very little flow to it.
Yeah, and I expect this to be very much like a rivalry game. Of course, not our top rivals in the conference, but they're both fighting to stay out of the cellar. And we've seen a lot of physicality over the years, all the way into the youth organizations as well. So there's no love lost here.
Looks like Luke Walton, 22, is going to quarterback this power play for the Tigers. He'll get the puck right now. Sends it near side. This is Schwam. And Schneiderhan with initial save. Couldn't quite control the rebound, but it is going to get out of harm's way, go all the way down. First big save of the night for Schneiderhan between the pipes. That'll wake him up quick.
A big key will be those rebounds, Mike. He was able to freeze a lot of the rebounds in the Eastview game. Wildcats able to clear a lot of rebounds, just basics on the defensive zone. That's what it's going to take.
This will be Coolidge, 29 in orange. Sends it down to Schwam. Schwam got the first goal against Eastview last time out for these Tigers. That was a game they ended up losing by a 4-1 count. Eastview had a net 3 in the third to put away Farmington.
Schwam among the leading scorers, but only 9 points for the season. That's they don't put a lot of pucks in the net.
There you go, nice job there. Schneiderhan hits him, quickly falls on it. Face-off will be to his left with 51 to go, man advantage.
Keep those rebounds close and seal the ice when they're right in front of you. That time he was able to get the glove down.
By the way, 18.5 the PP success for the Tigers. Cats had an even 80% on the kill this year. Last 3 shots of this hockey game have gone to the Tigers, make it 4. As that one was a quick turn that time by Bennett. But again, Schneiderhan, he got the right pad down, big save there. All the way down. Oh, nothing going there. 35 to go, man advantage, Farmington. Here, Hockey Day, Minnesota, the Tigers, the Wildcats. Isaac Martin, he'll just wisely dump that back into the Tiger zone. Bennett, puck is taken away, an aggressive play by Eddie Moore. What we were saying earlier about he's almost just a pest on the ice for the opposition.
He really is. And pound for pound, he's so strong. He's not afraid to get hit, not afraid to make contact.
Tigers looking to get one last opportunity. Not going to happen as that puck goes back into the zone. McGregor's going to be forced to play it. And he shall leave it as the Cats make a pretty much full-scale change. Miller to lead the rush this time for Farmington. Knocked off the puck that time. O'Leary at the Wildcat blue. But Farmington does get it back, and they're just going to try to poke it ahead. Nice intercept at center ice by the Wildcats. Aggressive players. Riley Paulus hustling in, 7 in gray. Really forcing that play against Miller. Unfortunately, the Cats unable to do anything with it in the zone. Tigers nearly had too many men on the ice. Just a hair slow getting off. Turnover. Nichols. Oh, big glove save, McGregor. Best opportunity of the night probably for either squad, but we stay scoreless.
So far, I like that he tried to pick a corner with that chop, but the goaltender is strong. Had the glove in the right position. Did a little snazzy, look what I got here.
Here's the turnover. .9:12 to go. We stay scoreless, period number 1. Wildcats have been scoring some goals, but the problem is they've been giving up way too many. I mean, they had 4 against Park the other night. They had 3 against Eastview, 3 with the Rosemount, 4, 3, 3. Games since the first of the year. A couple of clunkers in there too, but Prior Lake shut them out the other night, 5 rip. But yeah, Cats are having a little more luck.
Yep, just keep moving the puck like they're doing right now. It'll work.
And a little extracurricular activity. McGregor sprawled out on the ice, making another save. As you look at Kristen Nichols for the Eagan Wildcats coming off. One of the sophomore blue liners. Or check that was Lance Murray, 16. 6 actually is Nichols as well. 6, 16.
He opted off as well. Yeah.
We were close.
Right.
Saw the 6.
Another loose puck in the crease there, and that's the goaltender pouncing on it, but he had the 5-0 open, hoping somebody could poke it right through. But
Farmington to control the draw. Here comes Risch leading from the right dot. Oh, and he finds the top corner. Brandon Risch seeing a shot. 1-0 Tigers.
That was a good shot. I like the way Jack played it on that angle. He just beat him up the top left, above his glove on the left side, just in that corner. I don't think he caught any pipe, but pretty close.
I'm not sure you could place this one much better.
No, you really couldn't.
A little tight on the shot there, but yeah, I think Jack's kind of shaking his head a little bit. Like, I'm not sure if that was a disappointed in himself or how did that go in?
He maybe thought he could have had it or he could have followed it better, but I don't know. I thought the glove position was fine too. It's just a good shot.
Bottom line, that's 1-0 Tigers. And for Risch, that'll be his 3rd goal of the season. This is his 13th game. And I know let's see if we get the official word here. So Schwam is going to get the lone assist for Farmington on that goal. Drop pass. Try to get it across to Clark. Puck might have been tipped on the way through there by number 20. That was Rulio. Stop, churn. Right idea. I like that opportunity there by Goyle. Trying to catch the goalie, maybe just half a second slow.
And getting a big rebound like that.
7:43 to go. 1-0 Tigers for those of you just checking in.
Bit of a risky pass there. That's the kind of thing I hope we don't try to do too much of.
It was number 9 indeed, Kellen Conway. First time he's been on the ice, I believe, for Farmington tonight. Or this afternoon, I guess, technically. And Tigers try to regroup, get something going out of their own end. This is Shoyat. No superstition there. Where's number 13? And that one does come out. I don't believe it'll be an. Oh, they're going to say it's going to be an icing.
I don't know if I agree with that call.
No,
he decided to play the man instead of the puck.
Yeah, and I thought it might have actually got tipped a little bit on the way out, but we're up here, they're down there.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats will be forced to defend in their own zone. Keaton Ori and company. Saw Keaton Ori, number 2 in gray, one of the top point getters this year for the Wildcats. 7 goals. He's got a couple of helpers, 9 points. Ben Gerard's got 11 points, and Gavin Goyle has 15. I'd say Gerard's got 11 points. It's a quiet 11 points.
Yeah, you know, he spread it out well, and he's, of course, he had the big goal against Eastview. Got a good hard wrister.
Yep. Luke's first year on the Wildcats, came over from Stillwater. His family moved into the Eagan attendance area. We're down to 6, just over 6.5 to go here, opening period. Cats, I would say, have gotten maybe the better of play, but yet it's Farmington with a 1-0 count where it matters. As Wolf down the left side, tied up by Murray. Nice job that time by Lance Murray in gray. 27 the other way is Gley. Got Ori with him. Long shot by Gley. Rebound is there. And Luke Walton, man on the spot for the Tigers, to poke that one away. Into the corner, Walton tries to punch his man into the boards. Just enough to knock him off the puck. Here's Paulus, however. Shot on goal. McGregor will easily steer that one aside. However, back in front, opportunity, Cats. Puck is loose, backhanded out that time. That was Martin, number 3.
Loose puck in front, and so far the Wildcats unable to bang it home. Twice they found the goaltender a little out of position, but just a little late to nab in the rebound.
Jacob Miller will lead the rush. He'll dump it in, and then he's going to change up just like 4 other Tigers did. Cats, I believe, changed to 1 on the far side. Trying to poke it out through neutral. Isaac Martin lost the puck. And can it get squirt back out? It does. Gets past Robbins. Instead, it's going to be Paulus. Nice job by the Farmington to get back. That was Risch coming back from his center position. And now he comes back the other way with it. He had the goal earlier for the Tigers from that right dot. Ori ties up his man behind the net. Back in front, nobody there wearing orange, and out across the blue line. Farmington's going to be forced to tag up. They do. And they will change it. Looks like 2 players that time. Cat's going to keep the same 5 off the turnover. Turnover back. Goyle for the Wildcats going to carry in deep down the right side. Tried to get it in front to Clark. Back across to Clark. Oh my gosh, how did that not go in?
Just off the outside of the net. Good passing play, but a tight angle. He had to get a quick shot off and just misfired just a few inches off.
Cody Shoyak couldn't quite get over in time for the Tigers. But we stay 1-0 Farmington. Little drag, quick shot. McGregor there, and he covers up. Just a little extra push there. Nothing too much that time, but boy, the Cats that close to tying this one up.
Some good opportunities. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. You know, last time out, as you mentioned, Mike, we trailed 3-0 after 2. Let's get that next goal here.
You know, with both these teams that don't score a lot of goals, that first goal is so important for the Tigers. Indeed. I know talking to the Eagan coaches, they were saying that, you know, they really needed to get one as well today to maybe just kind of put the foot on the gas and just don't let up. They kind of used last year's Burnsville Senior Day game as an example where you had a struggling Burnsville team came in here and Cats scored early off, and I think it ended up being something like 8-0 final in that one. And that's the kind of game the Cats need right now. It's just, yeah, it's a quick shot that time by Gerard, but yeah, the Cats need one of those games where they just have a lot of puck luck, shall we say.
Yeah, for sure. And with the loose pucks in front of the net, it can happen, but you just got to keep working at it. It's just the law of averages eventually will take over. But McGregor, solid. You know, the Tigers able to keep some teams at bay this year, able to limit the goals. So Wildcats will have their work cut out.
Yeah, you mentioned, I mean, just a week ago, Prior Lake was held scoreless till about, I think it was about 2 minutes to go in that one.
Right. It was a 2-0 final, but that included an empty netter.
Right. And we saw how good Prior Lake is when they came in here the other night, and I think we could say they dominated the Wildcats.
Yeah, there were good moments again, but you know, sometimes that wheel just kind of falls off and things snowball a little bit.
Martin to Ori, back to Martin, back to Ori. Ori trying to split the deep. Ori opportunity. Ori backhand, forehand, and McGregor is up to the challenge for Farmington. Ori gets it back. Oh, he's going to try to keep the puck. He's going to go deep, backhand. Stop, leaves it back on the far side. Nobody there. Moore able to get over in front of that Tiger bench. Keaton Orey maybe one extra move there with the puck, but
yeah, got a little too deep to get it up over the pad, but was able to get back to his position and keep the play moving.
I thought that play started out really well with he and Isaac Martin with a couple of nice passes to one another. And McGregor watches that one go wide for the Tigers. Nichols will keep it in for Eagan. Oh, that McGregor wanted to cover that. Tigers decided we want to play it. And can it get out? No, Murray right at the Tiger blue line. Briefly. Schwam the other way. Stop, waits for his teammate, sends it across. Dangerous pass picked off. Riley Paulus, can he do it on a break this time? Paulus backhand, and McGregor stops him again, but we've got a penalty upcoming. Going to be a hook on the Tigers with 2:15 to go in the first.
Nice move by Paulus, showed a lot of speed. He maybe got a little too deep for the backhand there, but more importantly, he drew the penalty, not a clear breakaway, but we'll get a 2-minute power play out of the deal.
14:45. Time of the infraction. And if you look at number 20 for Farmington sitting in the sin bin, that's Zach Rulio. Moore's going to draw for the Wildcats. And Farmington's going to have to switch up. 29 will be in on the draw that time. That's Coolidge. That goes whistle just wide, hard off the end boards. Coolidge, I believe. Oh, they did keep that in far side. Long shot. That was knocked down. That was Coolidge coming back across. And he will probably wisely head to the bench. I'm going to guess a little sore after blocking that one.
No doubt. Nice block shot. Hey, take one for the team.
Absolutely. 1:36 to go, man advantage. Eagan 0 for 1 on the power play thus far. Shots on 11-5, by the way, I just noticed in favor of the Wildcats.
Yeah, they've put a lot of pucks towards the net and had a few good opportunities as well, but some of them are long range and not quite there for the rebounds.
So Lockenmeyer in deep, 19 in gray. Danny, he's a 6'1 junior. Got 3 goals on the season. Sure would love to see number 4 on this power play. He's the man in front there looking to see if he can maybe get the puck to him. Goyle, trying to get Lockenmeyer on the tip. 56 to go, man advantage. Back up top. Back down low, over on the side. Shot, McGregor was down. That one got tipped wide.
Good footwork, Eddie.
Absolutely. Cats down low. McGregor. Cats tried to get it across. Couldn't quite connect to the man on the right side. I think that was Goyle, or Glai, I should say, on that near that left post.
Yeah, Glai, the goaltender, got just enough on the pad to keep it from getting all the way across. Otherwise, he had an empty net to bury it in.
Cats doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on. 20 to go in the power play. And Farmington's going to actually be able to clear that one out. Schneider had bobbles off his stick.
Yeah, that's a good thing he was on the red line.
Wow. I was saying, glad he was about 3 feet wide of that net. Here comes Gerard for the Cats. Gerard, that one hit traffic and goes wide of the cage. And Farmington able to get their back at full strength. And puck will come out to neutral. Literally spins, goes down, and we're going to go to the locker room with a 1-0 Farmington lead on a goal by Brandon Rich back at the 8:22 mark. So the Tigers are going to head off here. The Wildcats are going to head to their locker room. Of course, they got to go down and congratulate Schneiderhan. Jack had a couple of big saves early.
He was tested early on, and just one good shot beat him. You know, shots on goal don't always tell the story.
Absolutely.
There were some real quality opportunity Farmington had. They buried it. Egan's had some quality opportunities as well. Haven't buried it yet. Couple of breakaways, but just keep putting it on the pressure, and let's get some better shots, and some of those loose pucks too. We can hammer those home.
Yeah, well, we'll see if the Wildcats can indeed do just that. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back shortly with second period action. You're watching Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
I do have a dog. Her name is Maya. She's a super energetic boxer. But at the fire station, we have Sparky. Sparky's used for our fire prevention events. He'll teach you how to stay safe. Thanks, Sparky.
How do wildfires start?
Wildfires normally start when the weather's hot and dry. Wildfires can start for various reasons. Some of them are natural, like a lightning strike. Sometimes in Eagan, we have wildfires start from trains causing a spark and hitting dry grass. Unfortunately, most of the time wildfires are caused by humans, and that's from leaving a campfire improperly attended or from somebody throwing something out of a car window. Some of the stuff we use to put out wildfire are our brush truck, our brush brooms, and our brush water packs that we can actually carry around into deep areas and spray the wildfires and put them out.
Encouraging and positive. He made class interesting and the work fun. He helped me feel very welcome at Eagan High School and was always great to talk to. I always enjoyed our conversations and appreciate that he treats all of his students like adults. He gives everyone respect and encourages us to do our best. Thank you for always being a great role model and for all the time you spend getting to know your students. Thank you, Mr. Odell. Next, we have senior forward and captain Gavin Goyle. The teacher Gavin would like to recognize is Amber Tesdahl. Really? I am nominating Ms. Tesdahl because she has such a friendly and nice personality, and she is like a second mom to me. She knew I was going to do that. She is a positive influence on all those around her, and she has been a great role model for myself and other students. My favorite memory is chemistry class antics, where I sat in the front and was definitely her favorite student. Thank you, Ms. Tesdahl, for being supportive and bringing happiness every day. Thank you to Ms. Tesdahl. And finally, we have senior forward and captain Gus Gly. The teacher Gus would like to recognize is Nathan Dunn. Gus says, even during online school, Mr. Dunn made it so I enjoyed learning and kept me engaged in class. Mr. Dunn made school more fun and engaging for me, even if the subject wasn't something I was interested in. This year in Bio of Minnesota, I've had a lot of fun in class with Mr. Dunn and my friends. Thank you, Mr. Dunn, for changing my perspective on learning and engaging with my education. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Let's hear it for all of our teachers being recognized today. Thank you, teachers, for making a positive impact on our players and all of our students. That's Sarah Gustafson, Steve Heckrell, Casey Odell, Amber Tesdahl, and Nathan Dunn. Voice of an angel. Oh, God. Where's Tesdahl? Oh, she left. Sorry, she knew I was going to do that, guys. That was planned.
I built programming for kids to learn about design and incorporate things like Lego parts in their building and design projects. Fast forward to today, it's 17 years later. We have a wonderful partnership with the Lego store at the Mall of America. We have a partnership with the University of Minnesota's Architecture and Design School. We've also partnered with the Eagan Foundation to create projects like this right here.
I got a phone call from Brian Kelly with young Lego builders and designers about 2 years ago, and he was looking to do some Lego programming in Eagan. His model didn't quite fit in with our community grants program, but we talked and we figured out a way that we could help buy Legos, and then Brian could find other support for the rest of the programming.
It's important for me to work with youth because I really want to see them excel in the future. I think teaching and building career exploration around youth is vital. It's vital to the future of our country. It's vital to the future of our world.
Programs that work with youth are important for so many different reasons. To connect young people with other youth that they might not go to school with. Brian is working with Artworks. I think they might be displaying this beautiful piece of art that these kiddos are created. So we're really excited to partner with Brian on this.
How far does the water shoot out of the hose?
That's a great question. How far we can spray the water depends on a few things. The size of the hose that we're using, the nozzle, and the pressure that we're pushing the water out the hose. We also have nozzles that are attached to the fire truck and our top of our 100-foot ladder, so we're able to spray water really far and really high. The hand line, the hose line that you see us holding in our hands, can spray easily to the top of your house and even over the house.
How many fires have you put out in a year?
Luckily, in Eagan, we don't have too many fires because of people like you learning about fire prevention and how to be safe. So we only have about 5 to 7 house fires a year. However, we also respond to other fires like dumpster fires, car fires, and brush fires, which can be about 80 a year. On top of our fire calls, we're responding to medical calls, as we're all EMTs too. So we're responding to every medical call within the city.
The Eagan Wildcats come back onto the ice. Of course, you got to high five some of the future Wildcats. Always kind of fun thing to see here at the Civic Arena for a Wildcat home game. By the way, Eagan TV is now hiring, looking for some production crew members. You get to do a lot of multi-camera production, sports, community events, things like all up and down the board. You get to produce videos for the social media accounts, the TV channels, and you can run the audio graphics for city meetings. Again, check it out. Eagan, City of Eagan, I should say, .com/jobs, ETV. Looking for some help. And hey, you can always get into these games for free if you're part of the crew. So sure and check it out, and love to have you be part of the coverage for across the City of Eagan and for Wildcat sports. As we get set for period number 2, you see the Farmington Tigers around head coach Scott Mocco. They've got a 1-0 lead as we take a look. Well, at the first period highlights, there was the one goal. Jack Schneiderhan, the Eagan netminder, thought he had it, but just top shelf. But boy, the Cats opportunity after opportunity, but McGregor standing strong.
Yeah, there's a play there. Just how did that not go in? And you know, sometimes you misfire by 1 degree. That's all it takes.
And then finally, Riley Paulus with an opportunity as well for the Eagan Wildcats. He at least drew a penalty, but Cats unable to do anything with it as they are 0 for 2 on the power play in the first period. Again, he's Todd Schneiderhan. I'm Mike Cook. Happy to be with you. Wildcats going left to right this period. Tigers in the orange, going right to left. Opportunity. McGregor somehow got a piece of that one. I don't think he ever saw it. But goalie in the right spot at the right time.
Well, let's just keep doing more of the same. Start the pressure right off to begin the second period, and eventually the puck luck's got to go your way. You got to figure.
I would say the next goal is huge in this hockey game. A couple of teams that don't score a lot of goals. Of course, as I say that, this is going to end up being like a 7-6 game, isn't it?
They sometimes turn out that way, but for a while it'll be close.
There's Paulus with a backhand. McGregor gets in the way of that one. So McGregor, that was save number 13 for the Tiger netminder. Tigers the other way. Shot, and Jack got a piece of that one with the glove. Couldn't quite hang on. Rebound,
oh,
and
my goodness.
The light is on.
Well, you talk about missing.
I don't see the goalie, or there. I didn't see an official point at the net.
No, it was flipped over the net. I think he missed a wide open net by lifting the puck when he didn't really have to. Fortunate break there. Schneider.
Take a look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right over the top.
The goaltenders or the referees looking skyward as wow. That's what I was talking about earlier. Loose pucks and rebounds. We got to control those a little better and clear them. If they don't clear them, goaltender caught a little break there. I got to say.
Dylan Wolf, the Tiger, You know, look at, there's a red light flashing. What I saw, it's off of a video game out in the concourse.
Yeah, that's
behind Schneiderhan.
Video game or one of those claw machines or something like that.
I saw the red light flashing.
I got to admit, I've been fooled by that a time or two myself.
Bottom line is it stays 1-0 Farmington. Probably should have been 2-0 Farmington. Again, Wolf had a golden opportunity.
Yep, well, maybe the puck luck's turning our way, and
Absolutely.
we'll turn it around tied up.
Tigers looking to control. Can they get out of their own zone? Yes, they can. This is going to be number 7 with a puck. That's Everett Bennett for Farmington. Tries to get it down low. Actually, his shot got all the way through to Schneiderhan. I thought he was going to go to Jacob Miller. And Cats try to get it out. Hustling back, though. Bennett forces a turnover. And Farmington going to turn it right back over to the Wildcats. Lockenmeyer, he shadowed that time by Rulio with 2 minutes gone by. Eddie Moore, far side. Just about got laid out by Rosnasko. I think he had him lined up, but he just wisely held off.
Yeah. Wise decision. Oh, turning the other way here.
Opportunity, McGregor. Stonewall in the Wildcats once again.
Great positioning by the goaltender, McGregor. He saw that there was a man in front of him to tip it. He closed the 5-hole, got his chest squared, and they tipped it right into the belly.
We take a look at that opportunity for the Wildcats. Can see who that is poking away at it. Got a nice little shove for his efforts. 2:13 gone by. Here, period number 2. Cats, are they able to control the draw? It's a 50-50. Down in front of the student section, Wildcats look to get something going. Goyle along the wall. Sends it back across. Tried to get it. 217 Gerard. Gerard back across. Couldn't quite get it to Goyle. I think if Goyle were a right-handed shot, that would have been a great opportunity.
For sure, just not able to get much on that. Here's a high shot that couldn't take advantage of the screen.
What do they call an icing here? Nope. Farmington, good hustle to keep that puck going in the Wildcat zone. Schneiderhan watches that one go by, his backside to the right. Cats trying to get something just a hair too far for A.J. Clark. Gerard in for the Cats. Goyle in front of his bench. Murray's going to head off for the Wildcats as Nichols comes on. Turnover, Goyle, he's got a man in front. Couldn't quite connect. He had A.J. Clark over on that far side all alone.
Looks like he might have tried to take a shot there, but it was ramped up by the defender neatly over the net.
Aggressive play by Jensen right in front of the penalty box. 18 in gray doing a wonderful job in there against 28 for Farmington. That's Risch. Risch with a lone goal this game. And that one's going to go all the way down. And that will indeed be icing with 13:19 to go here, second period. Jensen and the Wildcats. Jensen's going to head off. Who said he's a junior. He's got no goals, 1 assist this year.
Mike, we had Teacher Appreciation Day here after the end of the first period. I'll try to get some of the names out here. I don't want to overtalk the PA announcer here, but we'll try to get them as the game wears on.
Yeah, nice ceremony. The 5 seniors honored a teacher that really meant something to them. That goes high up into the netting, and here's your opportunity. Who are our 5 honorees?
Well, Riley Paulus said it was Sarah Gustafson. Justin Schreiber picked Steve Heckerl. Yep. He said, you always taught me how to have fun, always have fun and not take myself too seriously. Ben Gerard said Casey Odell, despite being in the school district only this year. Gavin Goyle picked Amber Tesdall, and Gus Glye picked Nathan Dunn. So congrats to all of those Eagan teachers.
Absolutely.
And thank you, I must say. That's more important. Thank you very much.
As that puck pops out to neutral. Cats looking to get something going deep from their own end. Tried to get it ahead to O'Leary at neutral. And he couldn't quite control the puck, which will squirt back out and into the Wildcat zone, where Lance Murray forced to regroup. Shadowed quickly at that time by number 18 for the Farmington Tigers in deep. That was Peer. Charlie Peer, the senior forward. We can say senior a lot when it comes to Farmington. They've got 14 of them listed on their varsity roster.
Indeed, indeed. I think that's where that experience helps. You know, maybe not the talent in the goal scoring department, but they're able to keep a lot of these games real close.
Long outlet pass. They tried to get a man deep. That would have been Miller. But Lance Murray was having none of that for the Wildcats. Farmington out in the corner. They'll just leave it deep.
Great play by Lance. Both teams trying some of those long passes thus far. Nothing's connected just yet.
Isaac Martin McGregor steers aside another one. Again, Cats have definitely had some pressure in the Farmington zone tonight.
They have, and they've had the loose pucks like I mentioned before. Just so far they've been stymied by both the defense and the goaltender.
Back in neutral, Wildcats will try to get something going once again. Going to send more in deep. Here's Lockenmeyer on the forecheck. Farmington able to get it out just a little too far that time for Rusnako, who's trying to break out for the Tigers. And Farmington will try once again. Now they've got a man in deep. That's Coolidge. Coolidge shot, Schneiderhan save. Schneiderhan rebound save. Farmington goal. 2-0 Tigers.
Well, both saves were pretty much under control. Jack made the first save, made the second save. That's about all you can ask for from a goaltender. And unfortunately, Eagan not able to clear either of the two rebounds, and they got bit on the third shot. Not sure who knocked him over.
I think it might be Risch with his second of the game. Coolidge had a couple of shots on goal. He had the first one, then he followed it up. And I thought it was 28 in orange that came in. We'll have to wait for the official word. The bottom line is it's 2-0 Tigers. Let's see if Farmington can pick up their pace a little bit and build off of this. All the way out. Will it be an ice?
Scoring for Farmington.
Yes. No.
Number 28, Brandon Risch. Assisted by number 29, Luke Coolidge. And number 7, Everett Bennett.
So Coolidge and Bennett will get the assist.
Coolidge and Bennett, even strength goal at 5 minutes, 54 seconds.
Yeah, Risch with his second of the night.
Unfortunately, familiar territory for the Wildcats against these Tigers. It's 2-0 now in the second period, and let's hope it doesn't turn the same way it did last time, because last time the next goal went to the Tigers as well.
Yeah, that game was 3-0 Farmington after 2. Early in the year down at Schmitz-Mackey Arena. Offsides are the Tigers. Official right there to make the call. 10.5 to go. Second period. Farmington's next game, by the way, will be Thursday, February 2nd at Owatonna. That's the first of 3 games in 3 days for the Tigers. Yep. They've got Rosemont at home, and then they at Rochester Mayo next Saturday, February 4th.
And I would think the Tigers, similar to the Wildcats with their non-conference schedule, I think they're expecting a couple of wins out of those 2 games.
Yep. Eagan's got a busy week coming up, too. We'll mention that here in a little bit. Here's Goyle. Opportunity for Goyle. Tied up beautifully by Farmington's defender, I believe. Was that Jacob Miller?
Goyle thinking it was tied up a little bit too strong there, trying to get to the puck once it got by him, but he just played through it. And goaltender McGregor covered it up.
Check that. I think it was Kellen Conway, number 9, not 8. Bottom line, nice play by the Tiger D. Yeah, it's definitely Conway. They have him listed on the JV part of the Farmington roster.
Yeah, they split it top and bottom, and that's fooled me once before myself.
I had to find Risch that way, too. They've got him listed as a JVer, and, of course, he's got 2 goals tonight, doubling his season total.
They might need to move him up permanently.
Exactly. Well, they did lose one of their forwards. Matthew Andriano Allard is out.
Good tip attempt there, but McGregor, solid. Yep. Ramped that puck up into the netting.
Adriano Allard, he's got an injury. Saw him before the game, and yeah, wishes he was out there, but injury bug has got that young man. Cats, Cats are healthy. They really haven't had much of the injury bug to deal with this season. Knock on wood.
Right.
Especially we're getting down to there's 3 weeks to go in the regular season, and
Yeah, 3 weeks to go, but
a lot of hockey being played.
You were mentioning earlier, 3 games back-to-back weeks here for the Wildcats.
Yep. Up ahead, a little too far that time for Robbins. Robbins is out there with the number 9, Colin O'Leary, and 7, Riley Paulus. A couple of juniors with the senior Paulus. Should be an icing on the Wildcat or against the Farmington Tigers for the Wildcats. And indeed it is with 9:18 to go. Second period. Mentioned the Wildcats next week. Tuesday they are at Shakopee, 7 o'clock start. Duluth Marshall here for a non-conference tilt. That is now a 6 o'clock game, by the way, on Thursday, February 2nd, as Marshall does not have a JV team, so no JVers, and then the Hilltoppers can get back up north a little bit quicker. And then Apple Valley, Burnsville, the co-op, as weird as that is to say, they are here next Saturday night, the 4th.
It certainly is a shame. When you hear things like, a couple of years back with Richfield losing their program, and it's just two teams just a couple decades ago were powerhouses.
Absolutely. And we've got an offsides against the Wildcats. By the way, next Saturday, I believe the Eagan girls, that's their home finale, regular season finale, actually. I believe that's a 3 o'clock game, and I believe I saw they're playing at the Apple Valley Burnsville Co-op as well.
Right. Yeah, wow, the season's going fast.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's upon us. Hockey Day Minnesota today, you were busy already with that.
Yeah, I was able to cover the first game for one of the daily papers here in town. Stillwater girls looking really, really good.
Yes, indeed.
They beat White Bear 8-3. Then it was at Hermantown, I think you said.
Yeah, Hermantown over Matamidi in a rematch and perhaps a preview of some of the state tournament action this year.
Yeah. And I'm sure things are packed up at White Bear right now because the Bears are taking on hated Hill Murray.
Public against the team that they lose a lot of their players to.
Absolutely. Goyle, opportunity. Goyle,
Oh.
one for the Cats. Gavin Goyle, goal number 9.
That's a nice snipe. Goyle with a good hustle. He saw the opening on the left side. The goaltender's left, that is. Beats him high glove side. That's what we needed.
Take a look at that replay. Well, just a good head of speed looking up, and yeah. Well, McGregor has made a couple of those saves earlier, but Goyle just too quick that time.
He tried to snap the glove on that one too, but he got nothing but air that time. Gavin Goyle made no mistake.
As we said, goal number 9, team best goal number 9 for one of the Wildcat captains. Career goal number 23 for number 21. Here's the official word.
Goyle, assisted by Lance Murray. Goyle from Murray, even strength goal at 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
So Lance Murray, the single assist from his defensive spot. That'll be his second helper of the season. And we've got a whistle because puck went up into the Farmington bench.
Well, it goes without saying, I think, but I'll say it anyway. That's what you need to get the jump start. We'll see if we can build off of that. Just like, it's 2-1 is so much better than 3-0.
And if I remember right, Goyle scored in that game against Farmington back in December.
Yeah, he and Roth, I believe, got the third period goals.
Yep, indeed, that's what it is. Yeah, those were the third period goals in that one. Opportunity again. Cut it across. Oh, nice job getting back on defense by Farmington's number 20, Rolio. Cats, great opportunity to get the equalizer. A shot blocked on its way through. McGregor grabs, or actually pokes that one aside. I think he thought he had that in his glove, but instead it was, we shall play on. Murray in deep. Battle in the corner, a little one-on-one. Come on the other side. Here's Robbins. He'll come in to help out his teammate. Robbins will leave it. Cats continue to play below the goal line. Up top, or almost up top, Eddie Moore. He'll go back below the goal line. Loses the puck as he's hit by Rolio. And Farmington able to get it out of harm's way briefly. And then we've got a pretty good collision out there between Goyle and Wolf. Or maybe it was Ori and Wolf. Check that. Tigers, their 2-goal lead down to 1 on the snapshot by Goyle here at the 8.5-minute mark, period number 2.
Wildcats working good and hard against the board, especially some of those juniors. That shift down in the offensive zone before, and now here in the defensive zone.
Puck up into the Tiger bench. Face-off will be, well, I thought it was going to be outside the zone, but they're going to move it inside the zone to the left of Jack Schneiderhan. Second career start for the junior.
Oh yeah, the one they leave you with, or the last two, you know, where I had to wait like.
And he'll make another save. That will be number 11 of the hockey game for Jack.
Well, we'll take those easier ones anytime, but really that puck never should have made it to him, I don't think. A little more hustle off the draw here.
Cats more success that time.
Looks like Hudson Kerr's out on the ice.
Absolutely, I was just going to say that. Yeah, opportunity. Paul is Kerr. And it's in!
You're kidding me. Hudson, is that goal number 1?
If it is indeed Hudson's goal, it is career goal number 1. Get that young man the puck.
That a baby. I've got old videos, Mike, of Hudson Kerr in the backyard giving Jack some.
Let's take a look at how this
glove
one comes
practice.
in. Paulus leads.
Did he get it on the rebound and tuck it in behind the goaltender? Like
can't
off
tell,
the
boy,
back of the skate?
Watch.
Oh, this will show
Oh,
us.
I think
maybe.
we're going to have it right there, but
Okay.
McGregor, I think, thought he had it against the post.
That could be too. One or the other. I couldn't tell if Hudson took another swat at it, but either way, that's goal number 1.
We'll wait for the official word. And the
Scoring
Cats.
for the Wildcats, number 38, Hudson Kerr. Assisted by number 7, Riley Paulus. Kerr from Paulus. Even strength goal at 10 minutes, 26 seconds.
Check your bingo cards. I think we all saw Kerr from Paulus to be the game tying goal. Cats should have went ahead, but
What a
McGregor, phenomenal once again.
Huge.
Holy cow.
Let's take a look at Kerr's goal. See if we can get a better look at it this time.
He backhanded that in, didn't he?
That's why you stay with it.
That was unreal.
Fantastic.
By the way, years from now, that's a one-timer top of the slot.
Oh, yeah.
But
The goalie never saw it, never had a chance.
Yep, talking to his buddies, yep.
But I don't know, the way he worked so hard on that, you'd almost have better bragging rights with a play like that. That was just good grind and good hard work.
Shots right now are 8 apiece this period. Shot and up into the netting. Came off the stick of Nichols.
McGregor real good on the pads there. That previous play right before we saw the replay, just got the pad out there. He anticipated the play, and if we could have just lifted, but you never know. Sometimes 5 holes the place to go. Sometimes top corner is. You don't want to risk going over the net when you have an opportunity like that. But
Or if it's Hudson
Just
Curry,
bang,
just
bang.
throw it on net and
Or
hits his skate, and then
in
it
that
goes.
case, exactly.
Yeah. They don't ask how, it's how many. Whoa,
Look
there's a
at that.
3-2 Wildcats taking advantage of the turnover. Lockenmeyer, goal number 4.
That was just quick hands by Danny. Pulling the puck, tucking it in by the goaltender before he ever had a chance.
Yeah, the defenseman just flat out overskated the puck, and the turnover advantage, Wildcats.
Back-to-back goals, Mike, between the post and the goaltender's skate.
And those 2 goals 56 seconds apart. Right now the Wildcats have 3 goals in 2:52.
Well, I was saying in the first period, as we saw, we loved the pressure they were putting on. And eventually, the puck luck, the hard work, it'll pay off. You got to stick with it. Sometimes, yeah, you might run out of time, but
Scoring for the
looking good right now.
Wildcats, number 19, Danny Lockenmeyer. Assisted by number 14, Edward Moore. Lockenmeyer from Moore. Even strength goal at 11 minutes, 22 seconds.
Well, there's the official word.
How about that hit by?
I would say it's getting physical now.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about that hit by O'Leary, and then he gets hit, but that's okay. Bring it. Clean hits, we like it.
Yeah, Paulus avoids the big check. I think we've got some ticked off Tigers right now. I think you can safely say. And another big hit along the boards. Paulus absolutely hammered Schwam. We've got a Wildcat down in the circle.
Yeah, we need to keep things cool here. Let their heads explode. We need to play good hockey here. Keep the momentum going.
Can't tell. Neither penalty box is opening.
Well, it looked like Murray got his guy to fall down.
And Murray's going to go.
I don't know that he did anything more egregious than the other player did, but as long as they both go, I'm okay with that.
Yep, and there goes.
Here we go.
Yep, and there goes Coolidge. Begrudgingly. 12-10, and I would imagine they're both going to get roughing.
I just want cooler heads to prevail here, Mike. You can't let them suck you into that just because they're getting frustrated with the way things have gone here with 3 straight Wildcat goals.
Let's look at Coolidge, one of the captains on this squad. Luke, one of the many seniors.
Minor penalty assessed against
14
Eagan's
seniors we said
Lance
for the Tigers.
Murray. 2 minutes for interference. Penalty assessed against Farmington's Luke Coolidge for 2 minutes for cross-checking at 12 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay.
And I think Murray was going to go with that interference first, and Coolidge's penalty might have happened during the delay.
Yeah. Well, bottom line, we shall play 5 aside.
Be careful.
Both guys, I say both guys will come out first whistle after 2 minutes have elapsed.
Or he never wanted to shy from that contact either.
Here's A.J. Clark, stops, pivots, sends it across. Tiger there. Back out Ori. Goyle. And should be dumped in. Luke Walton for Farmington. Just misses the referee as he clears that one out along the near side.
Low bridge there.
Wraparound attempt for the Cats. No. And back up top, a little one-timer. McGregor got the big save, gave up a juicy rebound. Cats cannot do anything with it, however.
He sure did. That was a big, strong rebound.
It was zone. Yeah, Todd, you can definitely say the intensity has picked up here in the Civic Arena.
It has indeed, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, Farmington is perhaps getting a little frustrated. They want to be more physical. That's fine. We'll play physical, but let's just be careful with it.
Schneiderhan wisely steers that one aside and almost felt like it was too casual when he steered that aside.
You know, I remember those days as a mite when half the pucks went by you because you're still learning the position, and so your heart still goes pitter-patter as a goalie parent. Wouldn't mind seeing a glove behind that stick or a pad dropped.
Exactly.
Just in case.
Exactly. Oh, big hit. Charged it in that time was Risch for Farmington. Leveled the Wildcat in the zone, where the Wildcats do remain with the puck. And it's a good aggressive forecheck by the home team. Opportunity Wildcats. McGregor, glove save, couldn't quite hang on. I think he wanted to. And all the way out the puck comes. Cats have 6 guys on. Might have got away with the too many men there.
The official waved it off right when it happened, so
yeah.
He was saying that he was looking at it, but yeah, they were both standing on the ice right there.
Back into the zone, and this one's going to pop back out. By the way, Farmington's struggling to get it out of their own zone right now reminds me of so much of what the Wildcats have been like this year.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. And, you know, sometimes with blind passes just to get it out of there.
Kerr sets up another rebound opportunity for Glide that time.
Kerr has been just an assist machine on those JV
There's
games.
a big pop at center.
Today, with no exception, by the way, junior varsity winning today 4-1. Kerr, I believe, had a couple of assists in that one, and he comes back, scores a goal in the varsity game.
That's for Znako, by the way, that huge hit moments ago right on the Wildcat logo. Kerr battling in there with Bennett. 38 and 7 respectively. Had a couple more players in there. Cats coming away, tried to get it out to Paulus, and Riley reaches back, couldn't quite bring the puck with him. Now he gets it. Stop, spins, near side, A.J. Clark off the boards. Nope, not going to happen as Martin came over for the Tigers. Under 1:13 to go in the second period. Farmington made it 2-0, 5:54 in. And then the Cats get 3 straight with Goyle, Kerr, and Lockenmeyer. All in a span of just under 3 minutes.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Nichols, kind of a soft shot. Can it be kept in far side? It can be. As Goyle got a little extra hit for his efforts. And dumped on into the corner. Tigers looking to get the equalizer before we go to break. All the way out, Wildcats. Goyle 1-on-4. Numbers definitely not in his favor. And we've got a hit because I think you're going to say it was offsides.
Yeah, I don't think he got it quite across the blue line.
Official right there.
Yeah, he was right there in front of him.
With 30.4. By the way, the Wildcats come into this when we mentioned they've been scoring goals lately, but they're still only averaging 2.4 coming into this one. Giving up 4.5 a game.
Right, just a couple too many shutouts in there. That'll hurt your average, but they can put the puck in the net for sure.
Good aggressive play, Lockenmeyer. Eddie Moore in there as well. Battling in there for Farmington, that was Merlosa. Tigers, can they get it out? Cats, can they keep it in? Moore and the Cats will keep it. And here's Lance Murray, shot! That goes off the pad of McGregor. And McGregor gobbles up another one with 1.3.
Some of those big rebounds, Mike, you know, maybe we're getting a little too deep on those because they come hot off those pads. McGregor's doing a good job, but he is leaving some juicy rebounds, and if we could have the stick ready, yeah, sometimes you get a little too deep for those.
Gerard on the draw, see if they can get it back to Ori for a one-timer. Farmington just wants to fall on the puck, and nothing's going to happen there. Shots that period, Farmington had 8. They're up to 13. The Wildcats had 15 shots in that second period, 3 of which went in. And that gives them a 3-2 lead as we go to our second intermission.
Started to come back a little earlier today, Mike, and I'm liking the looks of that. We'll see what happens in period 3.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out when we come back. You're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
Special thank you to our Eagan Hockey.
I do have a dog. Her name is Maya. She's a super energetic boxer. But at the fire station, we have Sparky. Sparky's used for our fire prevention events. He'll teach you how to stay safe. Thanks, Sparky.
How do do wildfires start?
Wildfires normally start when the weather's hot and dry. Wildfires can start for various reasons. Some of them are natural, like a lightning strike. Sometimes in Eagan we have wildfires start from trains causing a spark and hitting dry grass. Unfortunately, most of the time wildfires are caused by humans, and that's from leaving a campfire improperly attended or from somebody throwing something out of a car window. Some of the stuff we use to put out wildfire are our brush truck, our brush brooms, and our brush water packs that we can actually carry around into deep areas and spray the wildfires and put them out.
I built programming for kids to learn about design and incorporate things like Lego parts in their building and design projects. Fast forward to today, it's 17 years later. We have a wonderful partnership with the Lego store at the Mall of America. We have a partnership with the University of Minnesota's Architecture and Design School. We've also partnered with the Eagan Foundation to create projects like this right here.
I got a phone call from Brian Kelly with young Lego builders and designers about 2 years ago, and he was looking to do some Lego programming in Eagan. His model didn't quite fit in with our community grants program, but we talked and we figured out a way that we could help buy Legos, and then Brian could find other support for the rest of the programming.
It's important for me to work with youth because I really want to see them excel in the future. I think teaching and building career exploration around youth is vital. It's vital to the future of our country. It's vital to the future of our world.
Programs that work with youth are important for so many different reasons. To connect young people with other youth that they might not go to school with. Brian is working with Artworks. I think they might be displaying this beautiful piece of art that these kiddos are created. So we're really excited to partner with Brian on this.
How far does the water shoot out of the hose?
That's a great question. How far we can spray the water depends on a few things. The size of the hose that we're using, the nozzle, and the pressure that we're pushing the water out the hose. We also have nozzles that are attached to the fire truck and are top of our 100-foot ladder, so we're able to spray water really far and really high. The hand line, the hose line that you see us holding in our hands, can spray easily to the top of your house and even over the house.
How many fires have you put out in a year?
Luckily, in Eagan, we don't have too many fires because of people like you learning about fire prevention and how to be safe. So we only have about 5 to 7 house fires a year. However, we also respond to other fires like dumpster fires, car fires, and brush fires, which can be about 80 a year. On top of our fire calls, we're responding to medical calls as we're all EMTs too. So we're responding to every medical call within the city.
You see on the top of your screen, they're just squeegeing off the last of the water dropped by the Zamboni as we get set for third period action here in the South Suburban Conference play, where the Wildcats 3, Tigers 2 as we get set for period number 3. Again, he's Todd Schneiderhan. My name is Mike Cook. Glad you're with us. And hey, we're proud to be part of the ETV production crew, and you can too. cityofeagan.com/jobs can help with productions for production positions, I should say, for multi-camera productions. You can shoot single camera videos for event coverage, cover city meetings, check out Wildcat Sports, do videos for the social media accounts and TV channels. Lots of opportunities for those interested in joining the ETV crew. Again, cityofeagan.com/jobs. And as we said, Todd, earlier, you get into the games for free.
You can't beat that. What a deal.
Tigers coming onto the ice. They led 2-0 early in that second period as we get set to go to the highlights of second period action. Indeed, again, Jack Schneider had a couple opportunities, but his defense was MIA for a while there. Then the Cats woke up. Goyle gets the first one. And then there's another one. Hudson Kerr tucks that one in on the great self-opportunity. Lockenmeyer says, "Thank you kindly" on the turnover. Eagan Wildcats, 3 goals in just under 3 minutes. And then things got, shall we say, heavy along the boards. Things started to get very physical. There's a big pop in the neutral zone. Well, we'll see what happens as we get set for third period action. Wildcats gathered on their bench. Todd Carlson behind in the white jacket, hand to chin, pondering third period activity. I want to say hi to Mata watching this today up in Sauk Rapids, by the way. And the Tigers around Scott Mako. Mako he was kind of talking to the officials a little bit after that second period. I have no idea what that was about. But
no, I'd be curious. Maybe it was some of those skirmishes and some of the penalties that ended up just being 5-on-5 after all was said and done. But yeah, be curious to find out what that was about.
So the Wildcats controlled the draw as O'Leary won the face-off against Bennett. Although Farmington is going to have the puck, try to get it down into the Wildcat zone. They do. Bennett again. And O'Leary to regroup for the Wildcats, who had 15 shots on goal that last period. The Tigers had 8. Schneiderhead gives up a rebound. A little miscommunication there between the junior and his defenders, but nothing happening for the Wildcat, or against the Wildcats, I should say. And we've got a couple of big hits. Grayson Robbins in there for the Wildcats on one of them. Like number 8, Jacob Miller in there for Farmington on one as well. And there were 15 penalties when these two teams met back in December. We've had, I believe, 5 today. Yeah, 5 as I check the notes.
I'd be just fine keeping it that way, Mike.
Exactly.
I'm sure Farmington's going to push a little harder and try to create get a little more physical here in the third period as it wears on.
And Todd, you and I were saying too, the Cats have done a pretty good job today of being able to keep the puck in the offensive zone of Farmington. And McGregor watches that go wide.
Yep, and creating opportunities, loose pucks and rebounds. So far we've seen a lot of that turn into goals and opportunities. There's another one. Opportunity, but nice save by McGregor, staying true and square.
McGregor saved number 25 tonight for the Tiger senior. He and Mitch Getting have been getting a lot of work for the Tigers. Getting a little more activity, but
yeah, and McGregor's, I've been impressed with his work tonight. He's a senior goaltender, but obviously playing for a team that's struggled, so his goals against average might be a little inflated, but he's been rock solid.
Yeah, his goals against is .368. Save percentage is 87. Tigers, by the way, been outscored 23-10 in the third period coming into this one. They've been outscored 28-9 in the second. It was 3-1 this game in the second. It's the Cats where they are. They 3-1 count, or 3-2 count, I should say.
Yeah, we don't want to bank on that. We don't want to get complacent here. Let's get what got us those 3 in a row.
That's right.
Be careful here.
Yep. Opportunity. Schwam sends it across. Schneiderhan, good positioning that time to stop. I believe that was Risch looking for the Hattie. We'll check that. That was actually 29 Coolidge. Coolidge on the score sheet, but that's just for a penalty today. Risch has both Farmington goals. Here he is with the puck once again.
Very dangerous 2-on-1. Jack using his height advantage there to stay tall, got a piece of that.
And Cats just poked that one out. They're going to be able to make a full-scale change as we have an icing, which we haven't had that many of today.
No, not a lot, which is indicative of the fact they've been able to move the puck pretty well and keep it in the zone, and not, you know, not some of those panic turnaround fires that misfire and go all the way down. So that's been good to see.
Officials got everybody lined up. Schwam for the Tigers, pushes it ahead. That goes just wide of the cage. Official right there, arms up on that official quick. I think there's a stick coming right for his head, but nothing connected, thankfully. Far from intentional, by the way. I don't want to make that clear. That was falling down that time was number 2 for the Wildcats, Keaton Ori.
Nice play on the puck by the Farmington defender, and then he just went over the body.
Jensen, he gets a little push there from Coolidge as he dumps it in deep. And the physicality continues this time. On the near side, it was Ori giving the business to Rish. All the way down, should be an ice. Arm is in the air. And indeed, we have a whistle with 13:41 to go. Dare I say, in regulation.
Yeah, well, we'll take the icing there. Ori was pinching as he likes to play offensive from that defensive position. In the third period, you got to pick your spots. You don't want to take too many chances, but you do want to play aggressively.
Face off to McGregor's left. And Tigers coming out, tried to have some numbers going, a little too far for Miller that time. Nichols is watching him, but Miller still does get the puck. They're going to back up top to Schwam, never got through. Cast, turn, go. Paulus.
Good job blocking shots down there, just like they've been able to do since the Eastview game.
One thing Eagan cannot do is just sit back on this one.
No, indeed. We've had a couple of slightly frightening odd man rushes developing on Farmington's side, so we need to pay mind to that.
Another rush potential for Farmington. Nice job of coming across, but staying with it that time. And that backhand goes just wide of Schneiderhan. He was looking left, looking right, back in front, got the left pad out. Schneiderhan with a big save for Eagan to keep it a 1-goal lead for the Wildcats. Farmington's going to change a couple behind the play. Centered it in front, couldn't quite connect that time. That was Shoyat coming down for the Tigers, 13 in orange.
Almost caught Eagan on a change there, but they throw it deep instead.
Murray, Ori kind of trips over the blue line. Finishes his check for that matter, though. Brick Harvey got to taste some of the, I guess we still call them boards, although
sure.
We all know that's really not wood anymore.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes calling things the half wall. That's the location of the half wall, but they're not all halves anymore.
Exactly.
In fact, very few true half walls around.
Very quiet in the Civic Arena right now with just under 12 to go. Cats with a 1-goal lead. The student section made some noise back in that second period, and we were noticing between periods the Farmington student section is, well, almost AWOL.
Yeah, it's a long way to go for a team that's fighting for last place, but yeah, all those 3 goals that the Wildcats score. Ooh, nice play there on the coverage by Jack, watching the corner.
Yep. And Wisely hangs on. 11 and a half to go.
But it's always fun when you're trailing, well, wherever you are in a game, but trailing 2-0 and seeing 3 goals right in front of you just like that. That got them riled up.
Want to quick mention the all-star crew helping out on ETV's production today. Polish Joe Chupik is our director. Nick Mudd is the audio. Ken Trainer is providing those great replays. Cameras, we've got Aaron Thomas back on board. Kevin Miller and Serena Cisneros here in the Eagan Civic Arena. Happy to bring you Wildcat hockey on ETV. Don't forget, girls, they'll be on the YouTube tonight on the channel as well. I think about a scheduled for 7:15, but this one's going to run a little long, and I don't think the JV game is going to start at 5 like they hope. So,
dangerous play here.
Shot and nice positioning that time by Jack Schneiderhan. Gobbles it up. Little extra pushing and shoving after the fact. Looking Wildcat players looking like, why did that happen?
Well, Ben,
Gerard looking for a call.
yeah, but wisely he didn't do it. I guess he was too far away to do any retaliation of any sort. But Ben just asking, walking away. Let the ref know that, you kind of hope he owes you one.
Long shot. Schneiderhan saw that all the way. That was Rolio for Farmington with the opportunity. And all the way down should be an ice on the Wildcats.
Yeah, we're not connecting on some of these passes now, and the puck's finding itself in the Wildcat zone a little too often for my comfort.
Both these teams come into this game, by the way, 1-9 in conference play. Obviously, whoever wins this one will move a step up out of the South Suburban basement. Farmington's lone win, they beat Eagan back in December, and the Cats won at Eastview 8 days ago. An Eastview team that I understand beat Cretin-Durham Hall the other night. Cretin was a top 10 ranked team in the state.
Amazing.
I'm not sure.
Amazing.
If you can figure out the Eastview Lightning, let me know. They've had a few head scratchers this year, I got to admit. Seen some scores, but
they have a solid goaltender.
Absolutely.
Jay Severin.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to be a team to reckon with come postseason. Of course, you've got St. Thomas and Cretin are going to be in this section as well.
Yep.
And Coach Carlson reminded me that there's only 7 teams in this section now because of the Apple Valley-Burnsville merger. Farmington, of course, they'll be in there with the Lakevilles and the Rochesters down in 1AA.
Right. Have you seen anything out of there, Mike, to suggest anyone other than a north or south team, Lakeville?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. And right now I would say it's Lakeville South. It's theirs to lose.
I would agree.
I think from what I've seen so far of the two Lakevilles and Farmington, I think South by far the better team. But hey, things happen. All you need is one fluke bounce or whatever.
Any given day. Just ask Cretin-Durham Hall, just ask Eastview.
Absolutely. More for the Wildcats as we're inside 10 to go in regulation. Tries to get ahead on the breakout pass to Goyle. Nothing. All right, check that back. Gus Gly, I should say, the other Wildcat captain. So they crank a little Van Halen here in the Civic Arena.
They know their demographics here up in the stands.
Got to admit, it was kind of, I liked it when Eagan came out for the intros. They played Right Now off the 5150 album.
Yeah.
And for those of you old enough, you always remember that video where it's like, right now this, right now that. It's like, right now is the time to play a good hockey game.
Yep.
And another ice to be called. No. Oh. Okay. Or not. Or it is, I guess, I should say.
Good hustle by Goyle, but yeah, the puck just a little too fast for him. Ice still a little bit too fresh, perhaps, but as we're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, we have a little more Panama.
We're Panama, the David Lee Roth years.
Absolutely.
I saw them at the Civic Center when Jump had just hit #1. I won't say how old I was then, but I was old enough to drive.
I saw him on the first tour with Sammy.
Oh, my.
5150 tour.
Sure.
In the Civic Center as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Hard to believe, somebody told me the other day, or I read this the other day, that the XL Energy Center has been there almost as long as the Met Center was.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just crazy. Still a top arena in the National Hockey League by far. We have 9 to go in regulation on this one. Of course, both these teams would love to be playing on that St. Paul ice surface come March. Realistically, they'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but
well, back in my day, even when my team didn't make it, a lot of kids skipped school that day. Either showed up, we had a TV set up in the cafeteria to watch. It was just such a big event.
Yep. Yeah, that was definitely, if you were going to be homesick, that was the day to do it, was that Thursday. But halfway through this third period, as Todd and I keep going down memory lane. For those of you short-term memory, Cats had 3 goals back in the second period in just under 3 minutes, which is how they're ahead 3-2.
The Wildcats seem to be playing it a little safe. I mean, they're trying to set up long passes, try to set up something. They're misfiring a few times, but You know, maybe some shorter, crisp passes to get the puck up ice again and get some of that pressure that we've seen earlier on in the game.
Shot 6-1 Farmington this period. Somebody's got, there it is. A couple of guys' heads are on a swivel, like, where's the puck? Well, it was there.
Watch out here with these loose pucks. Deflection.
That one got tipped on the way through. Long shot that time. That came off the stick of Marosla.
Nice move by Kerr to get it out of the zone. He knew he was going to get hit.
And he upends his man right at center. Head over heels was Rosnosko as Kerr went low. Puck back into the corner right in front of the Eagan student section. Student section got big into that physicality late in the second period, pounding on the glass, and it's been pretty quiet by the litter box here in this third period. Cats looking to get up by a 2-goal margin, get a little bit of insurance in this one.
Love to see it. Good work down low. Christian Nichols having a good shift.
Yeah, there's Hudson Curry, gets a shove in the back for his efforts. Long shot, McGregor, and again up to the task, and quickly it's the mitt down for the Tigers.
Tracking that rebound is so important for a goaltender, and he's had so many that looked like there were opportunities, and he's pounced on them just as quickly.
We said both teams are struggling coming into this one. Tigers, they've lost 8 straight. Cats are 1-7 in their last 8. But there's so much to be said when you're not, when you look at the standings and you're not the team on the bottom.
Right.
It might be only be a game or a couple of points, but you're not the team on the bottom. And neither one of these teams wants to be there. You know that.
No, and we know it's a tough conference, and we've got both teams have some non-conference games coming up. Yep. They hope to get a couple of wins out of those at least. But, yeah, you don't want to see that your name on the bottom. Right now, Eagan, I think, is listed ahead because of their overall record, perhaps, but they're dead even in the conference.
And E comes before F alphabetically.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was trying to think logically, but yeah, I guess
I don't know if that's it either.
I think you're probably spot on, Mike.
Gerard on the draw for the Wildcats against Schwam for Farmington. Cats will dump that one in off the stick of Jensen. That's Martin back for the Tigers, number 3. They have Martin listed with a G on the end of the name, but I was told by a couple of their players that it's actually Martin, not Marting.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're going with that. I trust the Farmington players. Gave me the proper pronunciation for their teammates. Goyle in there for the Cats. Can't quite hang on. Here's Schwam with Martin. Speaking of Martin, going down deep with that. Keaton Ori with him. A little extra shove there as they watch the puck go behind the Eagan cage. Over skating at that time was Clark for Eagan. Clark battles 2-on-2. 28 and 29 in there for the Tigers. That's Risch and Coolidge. And it's going to be the Wildcats coming the other way. Gerard tries to make a move. He's shadowed that time. Conway, number 9 in orange. Kellen Conway, a sophomore defender. Miller the other way and couldn't quick past Egan's number 9, O'Leary.
Good work by O'Leary to knock him off the puck. Couple of close calls behind the Wildcat zone. They had Tigers out in front waiting for centering passes, so the Wildcats were able to avoid that.
Cats were making a change behind the play as well. And here's an opportunity. Miller ahead of steam. Shadowed. That goes wide of the cage. Nichols was back watching him.
Schneiderhan might have been favoring his glove side on that from what happened in the first period, but the shot went wide. He had the pad down.
Yeah, I think Miller saw that far corner. There's Paulus. And McGregor. That hits him right in the Tigers. And he'll wisely hang on with 5:07 to go, third period. Eagan Wildcats 3. The Farmington Tigers 2. Cats, that's just 4 shots now this period in the opening 12 minutes. Farmington has started with 13. They're now up to 19, so I believe that would be 6 shots this period.
Minnesota Public School math agrees with you.
District 196, actually, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, even so.
Well, I'm a 623 boy myself. We'll be playing Roseville later this year.
There you go.
later, just next week, I believe.
Yeah, a couple
right?
weeks out. Yeah, a little
Couple weeks
non-conference tilt. I believe that's one where I believe it's Coach Carlson's. I think it's his brother-in-law who's an assistant coach there.
Okay.
I know the Cats went up there last season.
Right.
Up at, I think it was Oscar Johnson. I think I want to say they played at or wherever.
I think at the Roseville Civic Center. I know they've
played.
They've practiced and played in Oscar Johnson. Here's a chance.
Yeah. But opportunity, Farmington looking to get the equalizer. Nice job by the Eagan D. That was a trio of them. Ori was in there among others. I believe Eddie Moore might have been there. And Moore gets absolutely crushed. And he's actually going to draw a penalty. Dylan Wolf is going to sit. I don't know if it's going to be a cross check or a rough or.
Looks like we got an elbow. Great work by Moore, as I said, and great read by Isaac Martin to pick up the loose puck, bring it up ice, and then Moore just, he's not shy from contact.
That was just a frustration penalty. Hey, he got him up high.
Yeah, he got him up high. It didn't appear to be that late. It just he raised the hands a bit. Got him with the elbow.
Yep. So right now the Cats are 0 for 2 on the power play.
It was a third period power play goal against
Minor penalty
Eastview.
assessed against Farmington.
See what
Dylan
we
Wolf,
can do
2 minutes
here.
for elbowing at 12:50 in the third period.
You called it, Todd. They got him on an elbow.
Okay.
Short-handed. Schwam. Schneiderhan. Oh, got past Schneiderhan, but not across the line. I don't think Schneiderhan ever saw that one go past him.
I don't think so. He got a piece of it with his pad, but fortunately we were there for the loose puck like I've been talking about before. You got to have that help. Keep that in.
Is the puck luck finally going the Wildcat way?
Well, not this time.
As I say, yeah. As Ori punches it out, Murray can't control. But yeah, golden opportunity for the Tigers to tie this one. And that one's going to go all the way down, forcing the Wildcats to regroup with 1:08 to go in this power play. So soon, if Farmington were to kill this one off, we'll have to see when they decide to pull McGregor. But you got to kill off the power play first. Goyle sends it across. Cats hold, looking to get that shot down low. Is that Lockenmeyer? Coming near side for the Cats. Moore. Little extra hit there off the. Getting rid of the puck. Here's Gerard. Gerard does a nice job of keeping that puck in. Even better job that time at the point. That was Gus Gley momentarily. 21 to go. Power play. Wildcats up 3-2.
Near collision there. Wildcats just need to be careful here. Go for a power play goal, sure, but don't do something that could lead to a shorty.
Yep. That one's going to go all the way down. Should kill it off. Aggressive forecheck there by the Tigers. A little too dangerous there.
Yeah, he got good wood on it, but yeah, my heart skipped a beat there, I got to admit.
Coolidge comes out and he gives a big shove to the Wildcats. It's Goyle, and Goyle is hurt as he heads to the Wildcat bench. He landed a little bit awkwardly right at center. And he's sitting on the bench, got his head down. Hope he's okay. It was Coolidge that hit him. 1:43 to go. It was a clean hit, but.
Yeah, it was. It was. Paulus doing a good job working hard there on the far side. Well, here we are, Mike. We're in that critical stage of the game where we don't find ourselves too often this year. We're Farmington's probably looking to get McGregor off the ice.
I was just going to say, I'm looking back that way. He's outside the crease a little bit. They stopped at the circles. The Cats are going to be able to probably get this out of their own zone, maybe. If they quit playing with the puck, they just got to dump it out, and they shall. McGregor's going to be forced to go down and make that stop.
Smart play. He let it go. He followed it all the way.
If you're the Tigers, do you take a timeout here?
I think it would be a good time to do it. I don't know that they need to. They're going to get fresh legs here.
Right.
Perhaps you save it for if there's 30 seconds left and you haven't tied it up yet. But, gosh, it's a puck, a risky shot down all the way down the ice. I know we tried to get some pressure off, and it just unfortunately was wobbling and trickled. It looked like it was going to be on goal for a while, but it just went wide of McGregor. He followed it all the way. Smart play.
And there's going to be a timeout taken. By the Farmington Tigers. Just a reminder for Eagan Wildcat fans, the Cats are at Shakopee, 7 p.m. on the 31st. And they're home here, 6 o'clock start against Duluth Marshall as the Hilltoppers make their trek down to the Metro. Apple Valley Burnsville here, 7:15 on February 4th. And for those of you that are watching us from a little bit further south of Dakota County, your Tigers are at Owatonna Thursday the 2nd, home to Rosemount the 3rd, and at Rochester Mayo on the 4th. So a busy trio of games for the Tigers. As the Wildcats around head coach Todd Carlson. Eagan looking to win their first of the year at home. They are 0-6 on this ice surface coming into this one.
Got a couple of non-conference games, as I mentioned. Those will both be at home. And, looking at that Roseville team, I don't know about Marshall. I think they're a Class A team. They're fairly strong for that level, but
they're 5-12.
Roseville historically has struggled in recent years, but they've got twin brothers as seniors. They're both at about 50 points, 20-something goals, 20-something assists, and that'll be interesting to watch. Even though Roseville, we outplayed them in the scrimmage earlier this year. We defeated them soundly last year, but that'll be an interesting matchup.
And the Rosemont girls fans say, yeah, they're no Curtin sisters.
No. Thank you.
Was it Rhonda and Renee that
good call out? In fact, Renee was Jack's daycare provider, at the YMCA when he was a toddler.
Okay. Of course, those two played back, really kind of a Natalie Darwitz here in Eagan.
Yep.
1 minute to go in regulation.
1 minute remaining in the third period.
Cats, can they close the deal on this one? Farmington, they're hitting a little bit more coming out of this timeout. They're going to go near side, try to get it in front. No, they're going to instead go behind the cage. This is 18, Peer with the puck. Back up top, far side. That kick saved by a Wildcat defender. That was Isaac Martin, I believe, or no, Ori. 2, not 12. And all the way down, and we'll have an icing on the Wildcats with 33.6.
Good gamble to take there, and you had Goyle down ice just in case he could reach it, but unfortunately was just off the mark and out of reach of Goyle. But got a bit of a rest as well, but does bring the face-off back.
Cats do have their timeout, but I can't imagine that Coach Carlson's going to use it. You don't want to give Farmington an opportunity to get that top group out there again.
Another nice block on that play.
Absolutely. Puck is out. And hit the side stanchion.
There we go.
Yeah, Farmington bench wanted to call off the crossbar. Gus Glei. I don't know if we have a shot of his reaction on that, but the old head back looking up.
As Dan Woog likes to point out, those curved sticks are sure fun, but oh my.
Eddie Moore stops. He's just going to sit there and fight for the puck. Seconds tick away. Eagan Wildcats finally win at home 3-2. Jack Schneiderhan 2-0 on this season as a Wild netminder, and both are 3-2 wins.
And we're talking about Van Halen concerts we went to in our youth. You can guess pretty close to my age group right now. I don't know if this heart can take too many 3-2 games like that, and Jack did get some puck luck today too, but he had some great help on rebounds and block shots from his defense, and that's what Carlson has talked about before, just the basics, keep it simple, and they played sound defense, and they came back with a win today.
Yeah, nice bounce-back game after playing really well last time out, but had about a 4-minute stretch that cost them. Again, Farmington took the early lead on a really sweet shot, and then they get a second one here as the Schneiderhan makes a couple of saves, but Farmington was all over that one, and it was Risch with his second of the night. And then came the onslaught, brief onslaught by the Wildcats, Goyle, Kerr, and finally it's going to be Danny Lockenmeyer.
Thank you for attending today's
It's going to be unassisted.
excellent hockey match.
Could give an assist to the Farmington guy, but we won't.
Right.
Again, taking advantage of that turnover. Huge play there for the Eagan Wildcats. So
yeah, it was a terrific comeback, Mike. It was great to see. You know, if you were watching the game without listening to it or not paying attention to the score, they did look like the better team did the Wildcats today.
They did.
And that's why they just had to stick with what they were doing and trust in the process. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But don't do anything too fancy. They stuck with it. They created some opportunities. was hard work to get those goals by, especially with Kerr and Glockenmeyer at the end. That was just fantastic to see.
Yep. So on behalf of our entire Eagan TV crew, he's Todd Schneiderhan, I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for being with us, and we shall see you next time for Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.